Welcome everybody for the second annual talk session today. We're having here Ioana from Real World Systems. You're for the first time exhibiting with us at the Netherlands Pavilion. Now, and we're quite excited because you're going to show us something new that you have been working on recently. So I'm really excited to hear more about it. The product is called
Rad1x.
Rad1x,
Yes.
very good.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and I'm gonna show you the video in a moment, but can you let me know when you wanted to have on? So
Yes, we can just power it.
There are networks the world depends on without knowing it. And there are those responsible for them. People who stay when others go home, who see patterns where others see noise. They carry networks on their shoulders, cities, hospitals, markets, lives. They don't panic, they trace, they find, they fix. This is not a job, this is a craft. The best don't accept probable cause. They demand proof. Predictive assurance built for operators who verify before they act. Transparent reasoning, auditable logic, confidence grounded in evidence. You've spent years earning this instinct, reading systems like others read words. Tools built for engineers who refuse to slow down. Intelligence that matches yours, your mind, amplified. For those who find the cause before the world feels the effect. Built for the ones who know. Radix1.
So I think it was a really great video, but I'd like to hear a little bit more about your ideas. So please share with us what is Radix1 all about.
Okay, let's start. So I want to talk to you today about a problem that occurs everywhere in every network. Every day alarms fire. Sometimes there is one, then two, then 100. And behind those alarms, in that network noise, there is always one that counts. That is the root cause that the incidents are needing it to fix it, and the engineers are struggling every night to save the network. So the network knows where the problem resides, and this is what we're here to talk about today. Radix1 is an observability product which is AI native, modular in a stateless architecture, which was built to monitor any domain in your network. So I'm going to show you some numbers which probably you know very well, but I want to say them out loud. 73% of the time of fixing an incident is actually spent finding it, and the rest of the time is spent fixing it. So what we are doing with Radix, we are ingesting millions of events, we are ingesting millions of metrics in order to be able to identify what is the root cause of an alarm across domains. So every minute of your downtime is costing you customer trust and revenue. Before diving into the platform, I want to take a moment to thank every engineer who stood up nights at 2 a.m., at 3 a.m., and fixed incidents before they became press headlines in the next day. You know them, they are working in your teams, they are working every day to keep the networks up and running. And while we are speaking about autonomous operations and 6G, this is a practical approach that we're building with Radix1 to identify all the incidents and make sure that predictability is built in a practical manner in autonomous operations for 6G networks. So here is what the platform is about. While other silos tools, they are providing monitoring capabilities in all silos domains and physical infrastructure and servers. What we are doing with Radix, we are building in every domain a health radar. These health radars are speaking to each other. So whenever a problem occurs in your network, they will be identified, and the chain of impact will be immediately shown in your other domains. You can imagine a network functions like in voice that is having a downtime, maybe in attaching or a degradation of voice calls. It will illustrate immediately what are the voice calls being affected and if it affects your B2B customers and your SLAs. Of course, the platform uses many algorithms to make the predictions and to make the root cause in graph dependencies matter. So the platform is built AI native. We use group forecasting for every feature on metric degradation and events. We use SDGNN to identify chain of impact in graphs. And I have to tell you, we had a lot of challenges to work with synthetic data. And luckily, we have one customer live, which helped us validate all our scenario while we train our models. We have a RAG chat assistant, which is telling you what is going on in human natural language. So the interface is really friendly. It's not like you're looking at the black and green console telling you what is the incident is about. We have knowledge base where you can load your run books, your knowledge papers, your PDF, your troubleshooting guides, and the platform will learn to correlate all that information and to tell you which is the possible fix that you can apply to the incident. We use also explainable AI because today everything is important to be explained, and for everything that AI produces is important to learn and understand where it came from. Adversarial alarm detection, because some malformed alarms may be injected in your system, so we identify those immediately because we have anomaly detection. And federated anomaly detection, once a domain is identified with a vulnerability. This is very good in security posture because all the other domains, without losing sensitivity of data, will know immediately to be protected on that alarm and anomaly. So as you can see, we are promising up to 80% in mean time to repair reduction in your incidents and in your root causes. And this is because we are AI native, observability, modular, stateless platform. So you may ask, how is this fitting into the TM Forum Autonomous Networks Level 4 roadmap? And I have to tell you, we are actually there. So we are already implementing intent management APIs. We are already implementing closed loop monitoring, meaning we are ready to push in the telco operator API the fixing of the resources and the services that we identify as making your services healthy. So as you can see, we are already proud to present that we are compliant with TMF 638 service inventory and resource inventory. We are using alarm federation with 642. We are also posting incidents and maintaining them in real time, meaning we are closing the incident whenever the alarm is cleared and the metrics and events became clear because we are reading from the network in real time. How is the platform working? So we have a pipeline. Everything is microserviced, as I was telling you earlier. So it's important in sovereign because we may deploy in the cloud or we may deploy on premises, and this helps a lot in the conversation about how sovereign is the AI or the data that we're circulating in the platform. So what we do, we collect all the data from the network sources, meaning we are everywhere in your network, in the packet core, in the voice core, in the rack servers, in the cloud. So we can correlate all of this using connectors that are based on protocols. Any protocol that is either modern or legacy can be implemented. We have an out-of-the-box set which is already in the product, and you can use it as it is, meaning GNMI, SNMP, IPMI, Kubernetes, log files, open telemetry, which is very good, and it's helping us a lot also in IT ops, not only in telecom ops. And correlation is then applied to identify all of these metrics and events that we are collecting and to attach them to the services that are monitored in Radix. So this correlator is very powerful. It's running multi-threaded because you can imagine hundreds, 1,000 and millions of events and metrics coming in the system in real time. The correlation is going to produce a RAG for the service, meaning you'll know in a very friendly, in a semaphore, UI-friendly GUI if your service is healthy or not. The next step is running the root cause analysis algorithm, which this algorithm is going to tell you from 100, 1,000 alarms, which is the actual root cause of your alarm. Meaning you can have symptoms in your network that can make you falsely believe that an incident is coming from someplace else. You can have many teams today running root cause analysis meetings to identify where the problem is. But what Radix does, it gives you this in instance, in seconds, and it pinpoints where you should fix first in order to eliminate all the symptoms in the graph and the chain of impact, which is creating the disruption in your service. Also, prediction is running in the pipeline in real time with all the data which is newly collected and applied in the trends, and the GRU and the STGNN algorithms are always predicting the alarms that may occur in the next minutes. The actuation part, as I was saying, we are TMF compliant in autonomous network level 4, meaning we use closed loop actuation and we use intent management in TM Forum APIs to apply the fixing in the actual network to restore the service at the baseline health level. This is a practical example from the application. You can see a topology of an API with a server and its backbone in Kubernetes cluster and the nodes and the servers. You can see even in layers in the application, you have different views, some top executive views where you see the layers and the health status per layer, or you have engineering views which show you the super low level details of every service and every metric that affects that. So where we are today, we are launching today at MWC the release 3, which is very mature and is connecting already the IT ops and the telco ops domains and health radars. And we are going to continue with the prediction and the cloud monitoring connectors, which are very important for telecom operators, which are using multi-cloud environments, meaning they're combining multi-cloud with on-prem. This is super important to gather the monitoring also from the cloud. Then in release 6 in 2027, we are insisting on security posture, and we're going to implement a CVE real-time identification of vulnerabilities. And in Q4 in 2027, we are going to implement also the security federated anomaly detection. And we're proud to present in 2027 the level 5 autonomous networks in TM Forum. So why us? We are real-world systems. We have 30+ years of experience in OSS and BSS systems integrating. We have spent many hours and many days in identifying such incidents. We have spent nights together with engineers in telecom trying to find the root causes and establish the network in a healthy way before it reaches press. So we're also part of 60 projects of research and development by European Commission. We are part of 6G Intel Sovereign 6G, FLECON 6G, and PAISES. We have solid research engineering experience in architecting and also demonstrating TR level 5 readiness of these solutions. So as everybody knows, everybody's lips are full with AI. Ours are very practical. We have a practical implementation showing exactly how this runs in your environment and exactly how the domains are being correlated by our algorithms and showing predictions, not just as buzzword, but as real implementation in the actual problems today. So thank you, Barcelona. We started with a question, what if the network would tell you the truth? So the network does tell you the truth, and now you can see it with Radix 1. Thank you, Barcelona.
Thank you so much, Ioana. I think it's very interesting what you're doing. So, but how you showed us a little bit how it works, but if I understand correctly, you're operating in the whole network, right?
Yes. So that's our differentiator. Actually, we're operating across every level from IT ops, network ops, transport ops. So imagine you have an outage in the IP backhaul network. We will identify also the signaling, but also the packet core incidents that come from that.
So how easy is it to start with your products?
Oh my goodness. It was it was a big challenge because this data you don't get anywhere, and including AI native tool and algorithms is very hard. But luckily we have engineers, including myself, with solid experience, 20+ years of troubleshooting and working with these live networks. Because otherwise producing synthetic data for this is very difficult.
I can imagine. But if a company comes here today and they want to start with your products, how is the onboarding process of it going, since your product is kind of going in the whole network
it's
and
kind
all
of everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
That is right. So it's actually easier than it seems because Radix uses connectors based on protocols. So integration services are not long. We don't need 1 year to integrate our product. We need just 1 month.
Oh, 1 month.
Because protocols
are short.
Yes, protocols are known by everybody. All the systems speak protocols. So we're not speaking proprietary vendor or software. Everything is open. So all the software that a telecom operator uses, it can use also to integrate Radix.
And I saw you have like a roadmap of different functionalities that you will be working on. Does that mean that right now your ideal client is kind of in the area where you have already your products ready? And if so, what is then your ideal client looking like?
We could say that. We believed, and from my personal experience, the most critical problem to solve was the network and IT operations together, because historically, if you think about assurance, it was something that was always passed on from network to IT. Like, no, this service works fine in the network, and the IT were saying, yeah, but my B2B customer still has impact. So then, or still complaining. So then we needed to bridge this gap first, and this is what Release 3 is doing here at MVC today.
Okay.
So Release 4 is going to go forward with the AI native capabilities and run predictions at another level, including explainable AI.
Okay.
And then security, because security with AI has become such a critical problem, and we need to demonstrate that we are secure. And also, while federating so many domains and data, we need to keep sensitivity in place. So we're insisting on security and B2B.
Okay.
Yeah, because B2B today, what happens is that they are requesting real proof of their SLA KPIs.
That was what I was curious about, because B2B is very wide and security is very wide, but I can imagine that your ideal customer is really more kind of in a narrower area. So indeed, where they have specific logs or specific type of problems. So can you elaborate a little bit more deeper into that? Like, what exactly are the top 3 problems they have?
Yes, so
that you can solve, let's say, within a month, like you mentioned before.
It's really fast. So top 3 problems in telecom, usually the voice calls that are degrading. It takes hours or days to identify where is it coming from. Okay, you can live with a degraded function in the network for some days, but it bothers you because you can see that customers are complaining that they cannot properly end their calls or attach their sessions.
Okay.
So this is a problem that we're solving immediately. And in IT ops, there is a problem on the API, because now the API ecosystem is so big, and with TM Forum Open API, everybody is developing this. So also the federation of API in IT landscape and ecosystem needs to know exactly if an API is failing, or a server, or a timeout, or a security event happens. They need to know the chain of impact.
Okay. Sounds super interesting. So I want to thank you so much for sharing your story here with us today.
Thank you for having us.
For the second day. How has your experience been at Mobile Worlds so far?
It was intense, I must say. Yesterday I lost my voice and I was a little bit concerned. But it seems I'm okay now, but it's before noon, so let's see in 2 hours. Thank you for having us. It's been a wonderful experience, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 days, which are even more crowded than the first one.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that as well. So thanks so much for being here, and I wish you a great time the rest of the week. And
thank you.
I hope a lot of companies will find you to work with your solution.
Thank you, Anke.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, everybody.